consciousness. There are lots of different ways that can bring things, into your psyche, but this is probably the best way. Look at it when it's actually moving. The blood's flowing through this artery, and naturally, as you're going down the artery, you see these little yellowish plaques? Those plaques start when you're a young woman. They're there. There's one right there, a little yellow plaque. The blood's going by, and as you gain a little bit of experience in life, you get into your 30s, and maybe you're 40 years old, you get this plaque there, but over time, it can rupture. It ruptures because it's inflamed, it's irritated, and the irritation forces the body to try to heal that open wound, which it does by forming a scab. That scab rapidly enlarges, and boom, closes down all the blood flow. Now, you saw how fast that happened.
Yes, sir.
The speed of that is what worries me. The plaque itself isn't what killed this person, or had caused that heart attack. It's the clot that formed out. You remember that, right?
Yes, sir.
So let's go do this little demonstration together. Because this is, in reality, what happens. So, the normal artery looks like this. Okay. So I want you to pour this down very slowly. Blood gently courses through your arteries.
Is this fresh?
It's fresh blood. Oh. That's not real blood. Right. And it goes down. You see how nice, elegantly flows down, no problem. Yes. Now, if you have a little bit of plaque here, go ahead and pour that down too. And it'll still go down. This is the thing about plaque. It doesn't block the blood. The blood can still go right past it usually. What hurts you is if you have a plaque and it gets inflamed. Because when the plaque gets inflamed, irritated, now all of a sudden you'll begin to bleed into the plaque. And that bleeding will form like a tick, an expansion, like you showed that clot on top of there, and now pour the blood through there. And what ends up happening is it gets stopped up. And a little bit will get through, but not enough to get all the blood that you want going.
And that's what's causing the disease.
Exactly. And no matter what you try to do, all that's stuck up here, you start to get all those symptoms I was talking about before. And then inflammation has changed our worldview of heart disease. Now, the CRP test scores the level of inflammation in your body. It gives you a clue to your risk of heart attacks.
Okay.
So are you ready to find out yours?
Yes, sir.
Any questions about this?
No, sir.
Pretty clear about this?
I'm clear.
You in the military?
I used to be. For 8 years.
I already feel like I'm in attention here.
I'm so sorry.
All right, so before the show, we tested everybody, you included.
Yes, sir.
And I got my numbers on. Before you open yours, I want everybody out there to open up your envelopes. All right? And before you start gasping, let me just explain to you what these numbers mean. Don't look at the numbers yet, please. I'm going to give them to you right now. There are 3 levels of risk. Less than 1 means you're at the lowest level of risk. If you're between 1 and 3, then you're average risk for an American. If you're over 3, you're in the highest risk category. All right? If you're in the highest risk category, it means you've got 3 times the risk of heart disease and 4 times the risk of dying from it. Wow. And one last little caveat, keep in mind, being pregnant, being on oral contraceptives, some autoimmune problems, even a common cold can elevate the number. It just tells me how inflamed you are. So everyone, look at your numbers now. I'm going to give you mine. I had a 0.3. At a 0.3.
Healthy as a horse.
Healthy as a horse, like my wife would say. All right, so Robin, what does yours number say?
4.54.
4.54.
Yes. Maybe I should join the military again. What do you think?
Maybe you should.
Go back in the army and run some more.
I might. How does it make you feel?
It makes me feel sad, but I can make some changes and do some things. I'm sad, but I'm not surprised.
I don't want you to be sad anymore, because you control this number. The reason I like this test a lot is because we have a huge impact in it. 1 in 4 women over the age of 40, we believe, at least, has an elevated level of CRP.
That's scary.
You know how many of you had a high level of CRP? 42%. 42% of my audience. So, hey, who's got a high number who's willing to talk about it? Come over here. How are you? How are you?
I'm pretty high.
What's your number?
5.95.
Your first name's Corrine?
Yes.
So what do you think's going on, Corrine?
I have no idea. Probably cookies and cake.
Cookies and cake?
Probably. Yeah. I don't know, stress, maybe work stress. I mean, I have no idea, but I can tell you that when you listen to the 5 individuals, their warning signs. I had the neck pain, also nausea, so yes. So I'm very grateful that you had this show.
Well, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Now, You can find out how to save your life in lots of ways. I want to thank my friends at Lifeline Screening, North Shore Long Island Jewish Lab, and Aliyah for rapidly providing all the CRP testing on you folks today. I really appreciate it. Listen, if you want to know that you're at risk for a heart attack, you got to get some of these tests done. It's smart. But I've got an instant test you can do at home right now to also give you a clue about your arteries. You won't want to miss it.
Up next, you may be at risk right now.
Not even know it.
The 30-second test you can do at home.
Who threw their back out? Any back injuries?
What it could reveal about your arteries.
It might look like this.
This is like bacon that you burned.
Are you hungry?
Dr. Oz's plan to reduce your risk coming up. And on Friday, Dr. Oz's new word created just for you that changes everything you thought you knew about weight loss. Say hello to Saturday? Eat what you want and still lose weight. That's coming up on Friday.
Forget to pay your credit card bill.
Double your points. Win a blender.
See if you qualify.
Reports the Canadian household debt ISD.
A song by Paul Becker and Paul Abel's song. Created February 1st, 2012. Again, this is the day ahead. Well, no, not day ahead. This is Dr. Oz, and the date today is February 1st, 2012. Now, I taped yesterday's show, but I didn't get a chance to put it on YouTube. So even though, let's see, no, I did tape yesterday's show and I got it on YouTube. It's the doctors I was thinking about. Okay. So that doesn't apply. Okay, so now you're encouraged to jog in place while watching or listening to this. I can't, however. My place is undergoing renovations and I've got things strewn out everywhere until I get it in order. Okay. Using C and C7 guitar chords. Let's hope this webcam continues to record. Okay, here we go now. The song is going to be called Are You at Risk for Heart Disease? Or Are You at Risk for a Heart Attack? Well now are you at risk for a heart attack? Are you at risk for a heart attack? Or will I hope not? Will I hope not? Well, 42% of Dr. Oz's audience showed that they were. Their findings, their numbers were CRT or something like that. Well, they're pretty scary. The numbers are high. And if that's just a sample of his audience, well, my, probably the populace out there is at risk too. Our lifestyle of modern foods, pollution in the air, and other things. Oh, are you at risk for heart disease too? Well, there's things we can do about it, and darn well we should. If you find out you failed the test or you're pretty high, well, you could do things to change